Hey everybody, it's Go Knicks, and we are back with the second half of my MO gameplay review of Alabama LSU. First half, LSU took a 17-7 lead, and I threw two interceptions in the first half, so LSU gets the ball to open up the second half of the game, and I'm going to try to make a comeback. I am doing this the day after I did the first half review. I had some stuff I had to do that night, so I do apologize for the time delay that you'll see between the two videos, because in the first video I talk about getting the game yesterday, when in actuality this would be 2 days now since I got the game. Anyway, I told you guys what I liked about the first half. Some of the things that I saw that I was impressed with, some of the things that I saw that I wasn't really sure if it was just me being a rookie with the new controls or just a little quirk that was still in the game, like the CPU free safety who kind of let the receiver just fly by him without moving. And I really didn't use the quarterback avoidance feature, which you guys will see will bite me in the tail later on in the game. Defense is something I've always been struggled at, not necessarily in the running game, but in the passing game. As you can see, I kind of I mix it up, man, zone, blitzes, but always seems to be somebody open, which kind of I'm still working on that. I think that's just more of me, more so than the game. I'm trying to use the defensive line to see what it's like to break off the offensive line. It's a little bit more difficult than it was last year. It wasn't as easy as just 1-2 swim moves and you're gone. You see there's a little bit more context, a little bit more of the offensive line and defensive line like battling each other. Not so much, oh, I'm just slipping and falling, or I get by him and then he knocks me down. So I like that. I like the interaction between the lines, because it makes the game feel a little bit more realistic. And it makes me feel like when I get the sack, I'm not cheesing the game. Because sometimes you'll see a lot of players in the game who have like 16 sacks in the season. That play right there, I am personally happy about, because that was a user pick. If you noticed before, I was controlling the defensive lineman to start the play, and when the ball went up in the air, I dived at the quarterback. But when the ball went up in the air, I also switched to the cornerback on the play. So as you can see, number 6 is lying there on the ground. That was the man who was guarding the wide receiver. So I had to switch again to the safety to have him come over, and he stepped in front of the pass and got me an interception. So I was happy about that, that I was able to recover from my mistake on the same play. There's a little nuance there that kind of made me happy. Right there, again, as I said in the first half, I like the fact that I can't just blow over my offensive line. I have to find a hole, and it has to be a realistic hole. I can't just squeeze my way in between two people. I do believe that on higher difficulties, I won't have as much time as I had before to find that hole, which I am hoping is the case, because if it's not the case, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, because I think I had way too much time on that last play to run into my own man and then turn around and realize that I couldn't go through there. So 3rd and 7 here. I made a bad pass there, but I took I used to control the wide receiver for that last second and jumped and stepped in front of it, because that would have been my 3rd interception of the game. I threw it right at the player. I think that's just a habit from the old games, where I tend to realize that I only have about 3 seconds to throw the ball, and I kind of rush. Right there was a good run by Eddie Lacy. As you can see, I'm averaging about 6.2 yards a carry, which is more than decent, to say the least, and it's helping me open up the pass game a little bit. I just got to make better passes. I really should have opened up the playbook, and right there is the first drop I've had in the game. He just had the defender next to him and just couldn't come down with the ball. I really, like I said, I really need to open up the playbook. I feel like I ran too many slants in this game. Something I've done too many times in the past, for the sole reason of that was what used to work in the old games. And as you can see there, I tried to do it. I ran out of the pocket because I got impatient and I ended up getting sacked. And I love how it told me to throw the ball away as a little coach tip. Right there was a great punt. I'm a little disappointed that when I let go of the CPU, when I let go of the cornerback and I had the CPU control and he didn't stay in the same spot, he kind of moved up a little bit. But I am glad the ball bounced to the to the 5-yard line or wherever it was. And on that play, if you notice, I was controlling the cornerback coming off the side. If you want to rewind and take a look at it, I came off on the blitz, and the offensive lineman knocked him on his tail, which is good because it shows that the size really plays a big difference in the game. The bigger guys will push the smaller players around, and the smaller players are faster than the bigger guys. Because I blew off the line, but he made a good step to keep me in front of him, and he just knocked me on the butt. So now we're into the fourth quarter, and I'm down 10 still. So this is kind of a little important time right here. So I got them stuck back in their own, inside their own 5-yard line. I was in their own red zone. That's what I was thinking of. And I'm trying to keep them here and hopefully get the ball back with a little over 2 minutes left. I realized here that they were going to run the clock down, so I called a timeout, which I feel like that's going to come back and bite me because I just wasted time. I let them take time off the clock and then call timeout. But 4th and 8 on this play, and ends up playing it away. So we get the ball. We're going to get the ball close to midfield, or I'm not close to our side of the field, I should say. With a little over 2 minutes to go. So I got enough time to get down here, get a score, and possibly get the ball back. So, of course, passing down, and right there, my man was wide open. And I think that was a great grab. I led him to the left with that pass. You know, I really shouldn't have, but at the same time, it just shows off the animation where, as you can see, when I make the throw, oh, wow, that was great. I cut it off. He reaches out to grab it, and he makes the diving play. And the next play right there, I did the lead receiver again. I led him above the cornerbacks, and the pass was a perfect throw right over their heads, right out of their reach. I think in the previous games, that would have been knocked down by one of those two guys. I'm not sure which one had the best angle, but still something that made me happy to see that I could actually make those type of passes and get away with it without having the cornerbacks and the safeties 50,000 yards away from my receiver. You know, he still had coverage on him. He just had him beat by a step, and I was able to take it to an advantage. As you can see, that other game ended, and once again, as I mentioned in the last update, I wasn't too fond of the quarterback accuracies from the CPUs. SMU's quarterback, I think, was 27 for 56, so that's just a tad under 50%. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that in the final build, but that's just something for me to be wary about. And if it is the case, then you like the realism in the game, that's all. And right there, we get a sack. It wasn't a sack on me by my player that I was controlling, but the defensive lineman gets a sack. You see the interactions again with the line. The lineman's pushing the guys back, jostling back and forth. It was something that I was happy to see. I had to burn my last 2 timeouts there. So LSU has the opportunity to run the clock down. And I'm not really showing blitz. I'm just pressing up. And I'm really hoping they don't pass the ball because it is 3rd and 12. I was expecting them to run because they are up by 3 with a minute left. But I'm not sure why I expected them to run, which kind of made me mad when they did step back to pass. But fortunately for me, right here is an interception by the CPU. He overthrew the ball. As you can see, my free safety, the same free safety who allowed the touchdown in the first half, was a step in front of the cornerback, and the wide receiver, and he made the interception. Also got the face mask on that play, so it made me a little bit happier because I got the ball at the 41-yard line. This play right here, the HB screen, I knew it was going to fail from the get-go. I just had the strangest feeling that this late in the game, they weren't going to be in zone. They weren't going to be in man, and as you can see, I ended up losing 3 yards on that play. So that was a bad call on my part. Here, I'm dropping back, and I realize I'm dropping back so freaking far that I'm not looking around. Didn't use the QB avoidance, and I ended up getting sacked. So now it's 3rd and 28. Once again, I'm dropping back, and the defensive lineman blows by my offensive lineman on that play for the first time I think I've seen. And he gets the interception. I'm not the interception, the sack. God, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So now with 11 seconds left, I'm trying to rush because I don't have any timeouts. I get the ball off. I get hit on that play too, but I find the man wide open, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's a touchdown. We're going to win the game. But no, he gets tackled at the 15-yard line. I didn't know what to say. I was a little bit deflated. Like I literally like fell to the ground when this happened, when he gets tackled. Because right there, that catch, there's no one near him. I'm thinking touchdown. And number 1 and number 24 come up and catch him and they tackle him down. Now you usually see there's about 6 LSU players around him at the time. My question is this. If I turned the speed threshold down to 0, would that have made a difference? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. It could have. It might not have. So that's one of the little bit things I'm a little bit curious about. It's something I'm kind of excited to get the game to see if that's going to be the case. Because if the speed threshold was at 0, I feel like in previous games that would have been a touchdown, guaranteed. I don't think that that cornerback or that free safety was that much faster than my player to where they could have caught me from 30 yards away when I had a 10-yard lead. But I digress. Most of the stuff I've seen in the game, I was really happy about. Like I said, there's a quirk here and there, which you expect to see in the video games. Nothing's gonna be perfect, so I'm not gonna like sit there and just like go tooth and nail and comb over every little detail. The little things that I want to see hopefully fixed by the time the game comes out in their final build is just that the safety standing around in the cover zones. It's happened in previous games before where they'll just stand there until the man is already past them. As you can see on the replay right here, he's in the zone, he bumps him, and then 29 doesn't move until the pass is made, and when 33 is already a good 5 yards behind him. And here is the my touchdown pass where I threw it right over the 2 defensive players' heads. Nice little pass there. And here is the I think this is the last play of the game where I make the throw. No, I don't get this one off. As you can see, I kept backing up. That was the second to last play. Kept backing up, and before I knew it, there's a LSU play in my face. 76, he just got beat off the pass. This was the last play. Freaking wide open down the middle. Okay, I had like a 5-yard lead, but 24 came out of nowhere and catches him at the 15-yard line. So I end up losing. I'm gonna feel bad if this game, if the settings are on like pro or something like that, because I'm like, I really just lost the game on pro just now. I don't think that's ever happened in the last 5-6 years, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I unlocked Tim Brown while playing the demo. I think if you play with the other games, you'll be able to unlock other characters for your Heisman Trophy mode. That's all I got to say for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be looking for the game on July 10th. You guys have a great day.